Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Fun Size. It has been some days. It has been some days since I have uploaded. I know. I know, guys. I know. Honestly, this video I just want to kind of give my concluding thoughts on what we should be doing now and the concluding thoughts of the celebration that we had, the worldwide. And honestly, I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed the worldwide. I enjoyed the units for the most part. I enjoyed pretty much everything. I enjoyed that we got a lot of difficult content. We got a lot of red zone stages. We got the other stages, Trunks, Zamasu, and Cheeto. Those were fun to just do. Honestly, like it was just fun. Like the whole celebration for the most part was fun. Um, EZAs were kind of well, they were kind of lackluster. And it would have been nice if the characters themselves, the main characters, were a little stronger. That's that's really my only complaints with the celebration. Um, just make the characters a little stronger. I don't know why they're so scared to make characters really strong and busted these days. At least like with major celebrations, because what ends up happening is before the ninth anniversary or an anniversary period, the leading up months, right? The months leading up to the anniversary, the characters just kind of fall off a little bit. And then after the anniversary, that's when they kick things back up again. I don't know why they do this, but they have been doing this for quite a long time now, if I'm being honest. And you would think that with the strength of the units that we have now, it would just be they would be absolutely nuts and just insane with how much power creep has changed everything. To a point, yes, they have. But at the same time, some of these characters they feel like they should have came out at a different time period. To be honest, because it feels like it didn't really fit with the game, at least how you're supposed to use them, right? Like for example, Vegeto's like HP restriction was absolutely stupid. That was dumb. Also, the fact that he didn't heal off of that transformation was just also dumb. I didn't really like that too much. And Goku and Vegeta themselves, I understand what they were going for there, to be honest. Like I get it. They were trying to make a unit that allows you to stack and do all the things you need to do without completely nuking the boss, because I feel like that's a problem that we kind of run into these days as far as how strong the units actually are. Like they wanted to really put emphasis on Vegito and make Vegito as strong as possible without, you know, compromising the unit too much. But in doing so, they kind of did anyway, because Goku and Vegeta just they're not good. Like they're just not good. That's the problem. And they didn't necessarily have to be good per se, but I do think that by them not allowing Goku and Vegeta to be at least usable in their base state, it's kind of sad and unfortunate, to be honest. Like they didn't necessarily have to do damage or anything. They could have just made transforming easier and basically not make them wet noodles as far as or even a wet paper bag as far as their defense. Yeah, they can dodge and slot one, but that's it. They should have left the guard on there. If they're basically like stacking only a little bit, if they're only stacking a little bit and have guard the whole time, that should have been fine because they're an LR, right? And they get a little bit extra stats and everything. But until they transform, like that should have been fine, because the way the boss is hit, I'm sure everybody knows. I'm not gonna go into a whole thing about it, but if you go from basically 100 to 0, like there's no real surviving. It's not like everybody is equipped with, oh, if you survive the last hit, or you can survive the last KO hit. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that. It's really not. In the way the teams are structured, you're gonna end up reviving or something along those lines to get your HP back, and then you still can't transform. So it's really just bad. Like it was just designed really bad, and I don't know what they really had in mind for that. So so I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with Vegeta. Hopefully the Gogeta counterpart unit isn't as bad, or it doesn't feel bad to actually use, because Vegito, as great as he is, most of the time you're not going to see him, which is really unfortunate. It really is, because that card is really, I really wanted him, still didn't get him. But even if I were to have gotten him, I feel like it would have been like bittersweet, because oh, we got the new unit, but most of the time I won't be able to use him. Like it's kind of that feeling of like what they did with Gohan. Like Beast Gohan, best animation in the game, probably the coolest looking card in the game to me. Like that card is so cool. And then they do that. They do what they do with him. And then, oh, you can't be Beast Gohan. Nope, it's an active skill and it hits for literally nothing. Cool. Like, thanks, guys. That's really cool. And Zamasu, I feel like the issue with Zamasu is like he's great. He's great. He, don't get me wrong, like he's great, but that team needed all the help that it could possibly get. And if I'm being honest, like it didn't really get it. I mean, it needed a little bit more. It really did. Like it was a good team. It's a good team, but it needs more still, because villains, as I'm sure most of you know that play the game and have been listening to me rant on about villains for literal months, but villains suck in this game, and they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. It's a crying shame, and it's not right. You know, it's not right. Villains should not be this bad. Goku and the boys should not be getting basically chewed up the whole time by, let's just say as an example, Zamasu, Broly, or any of these characters, and then when they come out in the game, they're garbage. Like they don't do anything. That's just really sad. That's just really unfortunate. Um, but I'm not gonna go on too long about that. But yeah, Zamasu needed to be a little bit stronger if he's gonna play the role that he does on that team. If he's gonna go in slot one, he needed to be. He basically needed to keep that damage reduction. Like give him at least, some defense, more defense or something, like, because he had decent damage reduction. Don't get me wrong, but it not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough for how hard these guys act. Or give him dodge or something. Literally, just anything else would have been great. Or even guard. Just give him guard on top of his damage reduction if he's in slot one. There you go. Or give him a 50% chance to dodge, and then you can do something with that. Like that would have made him so much better. You can keep his damage the same. You can keep everything else the same, because he's absolutely ridiculous, especially when he goes into Infinite Zamasu. Then he can't be hit. So I mean, there's that. But other than that, like the team was good. And we need more EZAs like AGL Zamasu, because that guy even became kind of ridiculous after his EZA, which I really, because it kind of put villains back on the map for a little bit. But yeah, that those are the only complaints that I had. Like Gohan and Trunks. Trunks was fine for the most part. I mean, he was still kind of squishy, which I was really surprised about. Like, if he didn't super, he dies, right? Like, if he doesn't super 2 to 3 times a turn, he dies. And that's at Rainbow. So imagine if you only have him at 55%. I see why people are slandering him. Um, but Gohan seemed to be cooking. Like this celebration was the Gohan celebration more than anything, because we got an easy int Gohan that completely shreds the enemies that are part of his categories that give him his extra buffs and whatever. Future Saga and what androids? Yeah, if you have that guy, he just completely goes bonkers for the most part. Except for like the really hard content, like Fusion Zamasu or Goku Black. Like Goku, he can barely hang in there with Goku Black. That's just because he's not meant for that. And think about how old he is. So, eh, come on, guys. Like he's good for what he is and what he used to be, right? But yeah, I mean, all in all, again, I really like the celebration. Everybody should be saving now. Everybody should be saving. Um, my recommendations, my suggestions is that you do not, no matter how hype, no matter how hype, if you must, for the New Year's celebration that is going to happen, this happens every year, literally every year. They come out with something flashy and something cool, and you want to summon really, really bad. But remember, anniversary's coming again. At least if you're on JP. I don't know if they're gonna sync the games by then. If they do, you'll regret that you spent. I'll just say that. Think about it that way. If you don't spend and you stick with the plan in saving your stones right now, like I am, I'm going to do my best to save stones right now and do everything that I can to get my stones back up because, let's be honest, we ain't got money like that to be spending on these stones. However, however, the anniversary is how many months away? Let's look at it, boys. Let's look at it. So we've got October, which we're already almost midway through October. That's kind of scary. So we have October, November, December, January, late January. Got like 3-4 months. Okay. Start saving now. Start saving now. Please. Please. I don't want you guys to get shafted. I want you guys to have the best chance possible because that's the way Dokkan is, and that's the way they have it set up. They want the anniversary units to be the next best thing, literally like the next level to the game. Like every year, it happens every year, okay? Every single year, and I really want you guys to be able to have fun with the celebration and get lots of stones and lots of new toys, okay? Because remember, also, all of the banner units, excuse me, well, yes, technically, banner units, all the units on the banner most likely are going to be from this celebration and then some, okay? Remember what they did last year, and I think the year before that? Yeah, they did that. They put the celebration, the worldwide celebration banner units on the new banner. So I spent thousands of stones trying to get these units. Well, guess what? I'm probably going to get them during the anniversary, and probably too many of them. Probably too many of them that I don't want. Because why? Oh, they were the old units, and they want you to basically get the old units versus the new units. So that's why I wasn't really too worried about as to whether or not I got the new. However, I do want everybody to have a decent chance at pulling some units and all that. So like I said, I strongly recommend that you start saving. Okay, start saving. It's not that hard, guys. Don't spend. And yeah, those are my concluding thoughts on the celebration as to what we should do right now. Starting now, we should start saving. And those are the thoughts on the units and all that good stuff. And the overall celebration, I honestly give it a solid like 8 or 9. Honestly, solid 8 or 9. I mean 8 because solid 8, solid 8 because the easy A's were kind of, but we did get a lot of content and all that good stuff, and the characters were cool. Characters were, you know what I'm saying, maybe even like a 7.5, 7.5, 8, something like that for the celebration. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know your guys' thoughts down below as to what you guys thought about the celebration. Are you actually going to take my advice and start saving? All that good stuff, boys. And yeah, and if you like the video, please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We are still trying to grow. We're at 123 subscribers at the making of this video. Thank you all for subscribing. That is absolutely ridiculous. We've gained over 20 subs since my thank you video for hitting 100 subs. I love you guys. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.